In this video, I want to show you how to configure your IDX search link. An IDX search link is a link that you can use to put on a website and allow customers visiting your website to do their own searching for properties. So, to get started, you will find this under the My Matrix tab. Under the My Matrix tab, go down to the bottom to where it says Settings. After clicking on Settings, you'll notice the IDX Configuration section is found here at the bottom. By clicking on IDX Configuration, this takes you to the main page. Let me explain how this page works. When you first come to this page, you'll notice that you do not have any IDX search links created yet. So, your only option is to create a new one here. Now, there are three types of IDX search links that you can create, whether it be just a search link, a link to your listings, or a map search. Let's get started by doing the first one, the search link. Here it'll ask you which property type do you want to choose. So you just choose which property type you like, and then what display, once they do their search, do you want your clients to see the listings in, the thumbnail or the single line view. Then you can enable or disable this. I'm not ready to enable it yet, so let me skip this one for now. The next one is what is the background color, the header background color, and the font and the button style. Now, you can choose what colors you want. You'll notice it's currently at a white. But let me draw your attention up here to the top where it says Preview. There's a Preview tab that will show you what it currently looks like. And as you can tell, the background is a white color. Now the fields cannot be changed. These are set based on what the MLS has decided upon. So I want to go back to my Settings tab, and I want it to match the rest of my website color. So whatever color your website is, you can make this match what you have. So the first way is by clicking on that, opens up this little wheel with a triangle in the middle. What you first need to do is pick the color shade, such as yellow, and then I come inside to the triangle and pick the degree of yellow that I want it to be. So if I'm looking for like a tan or a light gold color, I just kind of come in here and choose the color and then hit done. You'll also be able to take out this and type in the color code number. Every color has a code assigned to it. So if you know what your company or your website's color codes are, you could very simply just type it in here instead of picking it from that wheel. You can do the same for the background color of the header and the font color and the button style defaults here too. But if I go back to that preview option, the only thing I can preview right now is this background color here. So this just let me see if it looks good. Now, if I want to check out the font type and the button color, here's my button color down here at the bottom. It's a light blue. So if I went back to my settings option and I changed it from the default color, I can change it to, let's say, something like a red. Maybe red and a light gold is my company's website colors. So now, if I go back to the preview tab, you'll notice it's still the light gold, but my button color is now red. So I do have some say in what this looks like. And I could take this a little further by actually doing a search and actually getting some results, and now I can show what it looks like using the thumbnail version versus the single line version. This is how this would look like using this display format. So that's what this background and header and font color and button styles show you, and the preview button allows you to kind of take a little sneak peek at it prior to you enabling it or making it live. Now, once you're ready to save this, first make sure you give it a name. So I'm going to call this my res search link. Then I'm going to hit the enabled option. Once I hit the enabled option, I now need to hit the save button. You now notice that the HTML section has something in here. If you're familiar with HTML, you can very simply copy and paste the entire line and put it on your website. if your website has HTML coding, it will interpret that code and display that search link as I showed you on the preview tab. Now, if you don't have HTML coding on your website or want to do something a little simpler, let me show you a little trick here. Instead of using the entire HTML code, the most important part of this code is the actual hyperlink. So if you just highlight everything that's in between the brackets, the quotation marks, that is the link itself. That is the URL that you actually need on your website. So if you don't need the full HTML code, but just need the link, that's what you're going to copy and paste. Now, you could test it by copying it and pasting it into your web browser and seeing what it looks like. But that is the option there. Now, the referring page, you don't need to do anything in here. Once you post this on your website and it becomes live on your website, it will put in the referring page that it's referencing to. So, you no need to do anything in there. Now, I'm ready to do another search link, but this time I want to do one for my listings. So very important, I need to go up and change this back to create a new IDX link and then give it a link name. I'm going to call it My Listings, and then I'm going to change the IDX type to My Listings. You'll notice my choices here are either My Listings or My Office Listings. And I have the same display options, a single line or a thumbnail view. And then before I enable it, just like I did on the previous one, I'm going to want to make sure that it has the same background and header and font colors here. Now, you notice it did not carry over the same colors from the previous one. So what you might want to do is make a note of what those colors were, and then all you'd have to do is come in here, take this out, and then just paste in what you had on the previous one. So then when you're ready, it'll be the same colors that you had before. And then once you're ready, just enable this. You'll see that the color is the same as what I had on the previous one. And now I'll hit save. Now I already have a brand new one called My Listings along with another one called My Search Link. They have the same color codes down here, but if you notice, the link is a different link, slightly different here. And then the final one, I want to do another one, but this time I want to do a map search. Now the map search will do a form, which is the portal form. And I can preview this if you like and see what it looks like here, but that's what it is. There's still some basic search criteria, but in the background they're going to see a map of the listings as they search for this. So going back to the settings tab, there's 3 options on the map area. I can say do not specify a map area, or I could say restrict searches to a specified map area, or I could specify an initial map area but allow users to freely move outside of that area. Now, the final 2 options is asking me to set my map area. So by clicking on either of these 2 options, I need to set my map area. By doing so, it opens up and asks me, where do you want to set your map area? So then I can either zoom in, get to the area I like, get it set up just right to whatever part of town I want this to be in, and then when I'm ready, I can hit save. I can even draw a polygon or a rectangle to kind of get them started in a specified area. So I could create actually several map searches, one for this area town, one for that area town, and have it set up for them. Or I can just leave it here and allow them to do it on themselves. So I'm just going to hit the save button, and I now have set up my search area. And when I'm ready, I just hit the enable option here. And just for comfort, you can always preview this again to make sure it looks good. Come back to settings, and then when you're ready, just hit the save button. And once again, you get an HTML link. The most important part of that HTML link, though, is the hyperlink inside of there, with the URL in between the quotation marks there. And that's it. So whenever you're ready, you can start playing with this, start setting up your configurations, and I hope this video helps you. Thank you.